Welcome, adventurers, to another exhilarating episode of Factopia, Journey into the Unknown. In our first episode, we traversed through a labyrinth of fascinating facts, from Alfred Hitchcock's Oscar drought to the mysteries of the Amazon rainforest. But hold on to your seats, because today we're diving deeper into the unknown, exploring realms where records are shattered, mysteries abound, and the extraordinary awaits. From the icy expanse of the North Pole to the warm embrace of Spanish and Italian cultures, we'll unravel more mind-bending facts that will leave you in awe. Ever heard of the Richter scale? It's the gauge we use to measure the magnitude of earthquakes. The initial point of rupture in an earthquake is known as the focus or hypocenter, while the point at ground level directly above the hypocenter is termed the epicenter. A little piece of trivia for you seismic enthusiasts out there. Our next stop is the Arctic Ocean, the smallest of the world's oceans. But don't let its size fool you. It's a vital part of our global climate system and a home to a unique array of wildlife. We've explored the Earth, now let's shoot for the stars in our next Factopia universe. We've arrived at a place where records are broken, where someone stayed awake for 11 days and where the loudest sound was recorded. Imagine for a moment you're in the shoes of Randy Gardner, a high school student who in 1964 set the record for the longest period without sleep, 11 days. Now let's dive beneath the ocean waves where the Earth's longest mountain range lies hidden. The mid-ocean ridge, stretching over 40,000 miles, winds its way around the globe like a giant underwater snake. But wait, there's more. Before we wrap up, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more intriguing content like this. Hit the notification bell to stay updated with our latest uploads. Picture the Democratic Republic of Congo's Nyiragongo volcano, home to the largest lava lake in the world. And can you hear that? It's the echo of the Krakatoa volcanic eruption of 1883. The loudest sound ever recorded was heard over 3,000 miles away. Amazon, the world's largest tropical rainforest, a place teeming with life where the air is thick with the scent of damp earth and the symphony of 1,000 creatures fills the air. The Amazon rainforest is so big that it produces 20% of the Earth's oxygen. That's why it's often referred to as the lungs of our planet. Now, let's delve deeper into this green kingdom. Here you'll find the largest collection of living plant and animal species in the world, an estimated 400 billion individual trees representing 16,000 species. And here's a fun fact. The Amazon River flowing through the heart of the rainforest is so wide that no bridge spans it. In fact, it's home to a variety of unique aquatic life, including the pink river dolphin. Can you imagine a pink dolphin swimming in the wild? Here we are at the top of the world, the North Pole. It's a place of endless winter wonderland. But did you know there's no solid land beneath it? That's right, the North Pole is not located on a continent. Instead, it's all sea ice floating on the Arctic Ocean. Can you imagine standing on a surface that's always on the move? And here's a fun fact. Did you know that there's no time zone at the North Pole? That's because all the lines of longitude meet and time zones are defined by those lines. So technically, any time you want can be North Pole time. From the icy north, we're heading to the warm cultures of Spain, Portugal, and Italy. Here, the locals greet each other with a friendly kiss on both cheeks, a tradition that is considered a sign of warmth and friendliness. But remember, cultural norms vary widely across the globe. For instance, if you find yourself dining in Egypt and you ask for salt to add to your food, be prepared for some raised eyebrows. Yes, asking for salt is considered an insult to the host as it implies their food is not seasoned enough. Now let's travel to the east. In countries like Japan, China, Korea, and Vietnam, respect for elders and superiors is deeply ingrained in their culture. When offering or receiving something from an older person or a superior, it is customary to use both hands. This is seen as a sign of respect and humility. Isn't it fascinating how different cultures have their unique ways of expressing respect and politeness? From the warm cultures, we're heading to the world of surprising food facts. Now, I bet you've been munching on peanuts, walnuts, almonds, cashews, and pistachios, thinking they're nuts. Well, here's a trivia twist for you. They're not. Yes, you heard that right. These are actually seeds. Peanuts are legumes, while the others are seeds of the fruit. Isn't that nuts? Now let's move to the eggplant. You might have always thought it's a vegetable, right? Well, let's stir things a bit. Technically, eggplant is a berry. Surprised, aren't you? And for our bite of trivia, let's talk about the cute little ladybugs. Now, they might look harmless and adorable, but did you know they are cannibals? Yes, when food is scarce, ladybugs won't shy away from eating each other. Our Factopia journey now takes us into the heart of the animal kingdom. Did you know that bats are not just the superheroes of the night, but also make up a whopping 20% of all mammal species on Earth? Yes, you heard that right. There are over 1,200 different species of bats. Now let's turn to our feline friends. Ever noticed how most ginger cats are male? Well, the gene that causes ginger fur is on the X chromosome. And since males only have one X chromosome, they're more likely to be ginger. Fascinating, isn't it? Next, let's talk about man's best friend. Ever wondered why dogs tilt their heads when you speak to them? It's not just to look cute, but also to better focus on familiar words. Our canine buddies are truly a lot smarter than they get credit for. And finally, hold on to your hats for this one. The tallest mammal on Earth, the giraffe, also boasts the highest blood pressure among mammals. This is necessary to pump blood all the way up to its head. Ever heard of a toddler serving a life sentence? Sounds absurd, right? But in North Korea, in 2009, a 2-year-old was sentenced to life in prison. The reason? His parents were found in possession of a Bible. This country is known for its strict laws and stringent control over religious activities. So next time you think your rules are strict, remember this story and be thankful. There's always something to learn about, something to make us rethink our perspectives. But let's lighten the mood a bit. Ever heard of Chihuahuas? Yes, those tiny dogs with a big attitude. But did you know they were named after the Mexican state of the same name? The history of this breed dates back to the mid-19th century in Mexico. Archaeologists found remains of these tiny dogs in the ruins of ancient civilizations, suggesting that they were likely bred for their small size and may have served as companions or even sacred animals. Despite their small stature, these dogs have a big personality. It just goes to show you that size doesn't always matter. So next time you see a Chihuahua, remember they have a history as big as their personality. Did you know a pet hippo killed its owner in South Africa in 2011? Yes, it's true. The pet, named Humphrey, was adopted by a farmer named Marius Elsie when he was just a 5-month-old calf. Despite warnings from others, Els believed he had a unique bond with Humphrey, even swimming with the 1,200-kilogram beast in a specially built dam. However, one tragic day, Humphrey turned on Els, proving that no matter how domesticated a wild animal may seem, they can still be unpredictable and dangerous. Well, adventurers, that was a wild ride through the animal kingdom. But don't loosen your grip yet, because we're about to blast off into the vast universe. Our first stop is the realm of galaxies, where the system for categorizing them scientifically was developed by none other than American astronomer Edwin Hubble. Fascinating, isn't it? And while we're talking about fascinating facts, did you know that there are occasions when Pluto is closer to the Sun than Neptune? Yes, our tiny friend Pluto sometimes manages to beat Neptune in the race towards the Sun. Now let's take a quick detour to visit our neighbors, Mercury and Venus. These two stand as the only planets in our solar system without any moons. Imagine gazing up at a moonless night sky. And finally, we turn our gaze to Uranus, which is anything but moonless. This gaseous giant boasts a whopping 27 discovered moons. Talk about a busy night sky. Last but not least, let's debunk a popular myth. Ever put a teaspoon in an open champagne bottle to keep the bubbles? Sorry to burst your bubble, but it's ineffective. The fizz in champagne comes from dissolved carbon dioxide, and once the bottle is open, it starts to escape. No spoon can stop this process. And there you have it! We hope you've enjoyed this Factopia journey as much as we did. And if you're bursting with facts of your own, share them with us in the comments below. Until next time, keep exploring, keep discovering, and stay curious.